my
So
language.
tell me about the language. Is the Somali language Arabic, or what do Somalis speak?
I speak Somali. Somali is my mother tongue. That every Somali here you find speaks Somali. Whether they are in Djibouti, different places, Somalia, Republic of Djibouti, small country, then Somalia, Ethiopia, Ethiopia, part of Kenya, northern Kenya, Somali, inhabited by Somalis, because they were scattered, and then the British divided into 5 parts of Somalia: French Somaliland, British Somaliland, Italian Somaliland, Ethiopia given to Ethiopia. So
Where did you come from?
northern Somalia.
Okay.
Today they call themselves Somaliland.
Somaliland, and that's one of the
Somaliland.
Yeah.
British
It
colonies.
was actually Somaliland Protectorate. That name was even during the colonial days, but colonialism was Somaliland Protectorate. So, but now it's Somaliland, and Somalia is southern Somalia, ruled by Italian, northern by British, Djibouti French, western part Ethiopia, part of Ethiopia, southwest is part of Kenya. That's how they divided the
And
Somalia.
that's where that small country, Hinda of Ugadan? Where's
Oh, God,
Ugadan?
yeah, that is
Ugadan?
part of Kenya, part of Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
It's a big province. It's called the fifth zone of Ethiopia, inhabited by Somalis.
And they're killing them, right?
There was a very, very bad war in 1977. The Somalis invaded Ethiopia, all Somalis, Somali Republic, and then they captured back almost 1/3 of the country. But Russians, Cubans, Eastern Europe, East Germany, they came to rescue
Christian
Ethiopia
countries.
because that was the leader was a dictator, military called Mengistu Haile Mariam, and he was a communist,
Okay.
socialist. That's why they came to help him.
Okay, so not Christian.
So,
Communist.
that is the history of Somalia. So
And so the language is, you said it's from Africa, or it's derived from, it's an African language?
there's actually we have got a problem. Some people think that it's from Africa. I think because it's not. If it's Arabic, then people in the countryside or they don't speak Arabic. Only those people who speak Arabic are those who went to school or business society were using as a language of trade, business before. So it's an African language.
Okay.
It's
Amazing.
it
Well,
has-
you guys do-
Somalis, some Somalis consider themselves they came right across the Red Sea from Yemen and all those. But even if there were maybe some, they mix it with the real native
Right.
Somali people who were in this where Somalia is now. They mix it into America and then they become Somali, and their skin is just
Okay, so
Like
now Anab was saying that there's different tribes in Somalia. There's the Somali, the Bantu Somali, and then there's another tribe, a major tribe.
actually.
There are several
You're right.
tribes now.
There are several clans, but they come is this and this. And they have got different names, but in the end they come to Somali all
Just a second.
branches. And
Map
you're
there.
right. There, you might see here in the building or in town some people who call them cold Bantu. The Bantu, they say, history says, or all people say they were people living before they were brought by the Italian and the British from Tanzania or from Kenya to
Okay.
work in the banana business.
So they were brought as
agriculture
slaves.
and sugar and all those agriculture.
Okay.
But that was a long time ago, maybe 400 centuries, 3 centuries ago.
Okay.
But they were living in separate places.
Okay.
Yeah, so remote villages, some of them were living in cities. but they are considered, they are Somalis. They are considered Somali.
Okay.
But when they were being taken now to resettle in the United States, here or in Canada, or Australia or Europe, they were told that you are this. Who are you? So that they can get resettlement. Who are you? Are you not Somalis? Because slightly the texture of the hair and sometimes the features may resemble and may not resemble the rest of the bigger Somali clans.
Okay.
So they say in order to get resettlement, they say we are called Bantu, and we were brought from maybe Tanzania. Some of them even went to Tanzania, I was told. But Tanzania said that was a long time ago that you left here, so you are no more entitled to be citizens of Tanzania. I heard that.
Is it not true, though, that they had a program in the United States to resettle the Bantu and to give them benefits because they were tortured or they were discriminated
They were
against?
at least, they were not very strong. Those strong tribes who have this, and they have not many people in the government. So, I think the United Nations.
These people, Mr. Awalle, so just explain to me again, because I know nothing about Egypt. Of course, Egypt, you said now Nubian.
Yeah.
Nubian is...
They live the Upper Egypt, and Sudan, part of Sudan here, this area.
But what, like I told you in history, all we see are the white Egyptians.
Yeah.
We don't see
The black,
The black.
black Egyptians. In Egypt there are black. I have never been there, but just from history, what I read and what I heard is,
And where are
black
the
people,
pyramids?
Yeah.
The
The
pyramids are
actual pyramids are in Cairo,
Cairo.
the outside suburbs of Cairo.
Can I ask you a question?
Some of the important pyramids, maybe some of them here. That is called Aswan Dam.
The Nile River.
Nile River
Right.
is all the way comes from Uganda. Some parts come from Ethiopia. The Blue Nile and the White Nile, they merge here in Khartoum and then.
So in Somalia, when the refugees or when they leave Somalia to flee, do they go to Kenya? Most of the time they go to Kenya.
Okay, Somalis, whether they were here, they went across to Kenya. Because you cannot be a refugee in your country. You have to go to a second country or third country. So they cross from here to, and this area is populated, even though it's part of Kenya, it's Somali. The population here is Somali. Similarly, they cross from here, went to Ethiopia, and then this is Ethiopia, and then they settled here, these people. Because there were Somalis were already settling here.
And
These people,
Ethiopia
those
allowed
who,
that.
Those who live here were living also here.
And now
It has been ceded to Ethiopia in 1955.
in 1955.
And then part was 1985, and another part was, this part was 1955.
That's where Hind is from.
That's why Ethiopian Somalis used to fight. Now Somalis, I think these people just, their choice now is probably to stay their place and forget, because Somalia cannot, is itself today is collapsed. Yes, they failed, they call failed.
And these pirates, they're not
the
pirates.
Well, those are the ones, because now Mr. Ali was telling me that this piracy that's going on is because they have these big ships that are taking all the fish away,
yes,
and so
fisheries.
they decided decided to start taking the fish from
That's
the big ships.
how it started.
Okay.
Exactly. Because other countries were there, South Korea.
And they're just
all over
coming
the
in.
world.
Yeah,
They came
coming.
here and fishing here, somewhere.
And because
there's
is no
government to protect.
Yeah.
Right, because they
So then some people they thought about the fishermen, Somali fishermen were at disadvantage. They could not compete with those who have good sophisticated ships and boats for fishing.
Okay.
So they have to start this.
My
So
dad
it-
used to be a fisherman.
Yeah, you see,
Somali? Really?
You cannot
does
do any
everyone
more.
get an education in Somalia, or only certain people get education, or?
The most job that people work is on the ocean.
ocean, yeah,
Drive boats.
Mostly
and go
people
fishing.
from this area,
Okay.
they go to ocean, but
So everyone goes to school, or do they help? They help out in the fields, or what happens?
No, I never saw Somali.
yeah, he is.
My parents used to be there. But then
Are you Lamo from Lamo or Kismayo or Mombasa?